7 o'clock. So first off, to talk a bit about our mission and some of the challenges that some of our clients face. Our mission is to provide transformative services to families and individuals that have been impacted by incarceration. That means the inmates, the returning citizens, and also their family members. We're located on William Street. We've been there now since February. We're in a new environment. We love our new environment. If you have not visited us, please stop by and see us. We've been in business since 2009. A lot of people don't know that, or some are saying, I have never heard of you guys. And so that's why we're doing this, so that we can help you to understand some of the things that we're doing. And then, so that you can help us get the word out that we're here. So we know that some of our returning citizens is what we refer to, the inmates, once they're transitioning back out into the communities, they face a lot of challenges, guys. Their challenges are, first and foremost, just reintegrating back into this community in a way that they can feel that they feel like a human being, like somebody who belongs back into the community. And we help them by doing many things. We help their integration through, first and foremost, mental health treatment, right? So one of our programs, one of our other members, board members and operations team member, who was not able to be here with us today, is Dr. Jefferson. She's the first step when they come to us after they've been released from incarceration. So Dr. Jefferson is on site with us. She is our mental health provider at FailSafe. We're blessed. And I would say, I don't know if I should go on record to say this, but I believe we're the only reentry organization that's doing that, where the first step is your mental health provider is on site with you, and then they go into case management. Some of the other areas that we have found that have been very difficult for them is employment. Employment has been a bit of a challenge, but we have been, again, really blessed to have some second chance employers. Some are even in the room here with us today. But we have second chance employers who are willing to say, I will give you a chance. I will give you a job. I believe that you can make an impact, and they give them a job, right? Some of the other areas that we experience challenges with are housing. That one is our really biggest challenge, because for several reasons. One, there's no such thing as affordable housing for them, right? And then second, many people do not want to house the returning citizens. That is discrimination, but this is what they are challenged with. And then there's just no housing. There's just housing is a big challenge. And so we continue to have that as a challenge for us, a challenge for our communities, a challenge for our government. We already kind of talked about behavioral challenges, which is why it's important to have mental health support for them. And we know that if we don't give them the resources that they need, that are, again, the mental health treatment, the substance abuse treatment, or substance misuse treatment, employment opportunities, access to housing. When I talk about housing and not us, we're not having access to housing, what that means for us is hotels. That becomes pretty expensive, right? But sometimes that's what we have to do, because if we are not able to meet their needs, what unfortunately happens is that revolving door, and they're in and out and in and out. And one of the things we're working on now is with the jail, is just trying to understand, what is the recidivism rate? What does that look like here? What must we do? We're successful in FailSafe. We have an 85% success rate. But what does success look like in Planning District 16? And that's the area that we service. Planning District 16, does everybody know what Planning District 16 is? No, so that's Fredericksburg City, King George, Caroline, Spotsylvania, and Stafford. Those are the areas we service. We are looking to expand at some point, but for now, those are the areas that we service. This is how we're structured. We have an office manager, that's Dr. Jefferson, the mental health services, and then the areas that you're going to be hearing from later on this evening. These are our funding streams. We have multiple streams of funding, and we could use a lot more, but we do receive funding from grants. We have multiple grants. We receive funding from the regions. So Planning District 16, we do get some funding from the regions, not a whole lot, not enough.
I was gonna say heavy on the sum.
Yeah, and I mean like a little. So I will tell you, you guys, it's really important if you could talk with your county boards of supervisors, and especially Stafford. If you live in Stafford, please push Stafford. The jail is in Stafford County, right? But Stafford County did not give us any funding this past year. We got King George kicked in this year for us, and we're getting funding from Fredericksburg City. Make sure you hold on that. But we're getting funding from Fredericksburg City, King George, and Spotsylvania County. So Stafford is missing in that. We also have some recurring donors. Some of you are in this room. Thank you so very much for your support of the work that we're doing. And then we have fundraisers that you will hear more about this later on this evening. So we have two programs. The first program is our Right Road to Reentry program, where we are aiding the returning citizens. We offer both pre and post relief services to the pre-release services to the inmates, and post-release services to the returning citizens. We are in the jail. We have about 5 facilitators providing Courage to Change training in the jail, and we are loving it. If you are on social media, you would have seen, you should have, if you're following us, the jail acknowledged us yesterday, and as the nonprofit, National Nonprofit Day. Think about that. For National Nonprofit Day, and talked about what we're doing in the jail. And I would tell you that the facilitators are doing an awesome job. Jim's gonna talk a little bit more later in the evening about what he's doing also in the communities, in our community. But the facilitators are in the jail. They are providing this training. It's about 9 different subject matters. And what we are hearing from the inmates is that they love it. And so they are saying, fail safe, fail safe, fail safe. We are doing, this is good. They're loving it. They're transitioning back out into the communities, and they want to continue it. Post-release, again, I talked about this earlier, mental health, case management, Courage to Change, which Jim's gonna talk about that. And then once these guys and gals complete the 45 weeks of the Courage to Change program, they've gone through, if we can't force mental health on them, right? It is their choice. But they've gone through that. They've said, I want to be a part of the Right Road Reentry program. Once they've completed all of those things, then they're inducted into our Hall of Change program and recognized at our annual gala. We do have one here with us tonight, Mr. Antoine Carey. He's one of our agents of change. We have about 27. When you go over there and look at all the handouts we have on the table, you'll see our entire list of all of our agents of change. This is something that's very near and dear to me. What I don't know, some of you know or may not know, when I founded this organization in 2009, it was because I was walking through the criminal justice system with my son. And that was a very hard thing because it was not my goal for his life. It wasn't that I wanted him to grow up and do this, right? And also, this was not my decision. This was not my plan in life either. This is not what my dream was, to grow up and be doing this. But when I see these guys and these gals come through here, I see his face and I see the change, right? And I see that, I know he's proud, because one of the things I did hear from him, he passed away in January 2021, but the last words that I did hear from him prior to his passing was, I'm good, Mom, take care of all the others. So I'm sure he's very happy about this because he knows the challenges that returning citizens face. And so I'm very proud of these guys and gals. These are business owners. They are gainfully employed individuals in our communities, or they're students, and they're doing great. And I shared with them, for those of you who did attend the gala, when we, especially at the inaugural, it was so wonderful to see the community of leaders stand up and give these guys a standing ovation and applauding them, and then vice versa, would they have ever imagined the community would have given them a standing ovation. So that's change, that is good. They are recognizing them, humanizing them. Again, so once they have been inducted, they've completed all of these things through the post release, They've been inducted into the Hall of Change, recognized at the gala. They become an agent of change. Then we have one of our other board members, Jarvis Bailey, who is starting September 14th, will be enrolling them into a leadership development program so that they can continue to grow, right? Just because they've been inducted into the Hall of Change does not mean that's it. They're gonna continue to still have some challenges just like the rest of us. They're doing peer mentoring. They have a documentary on our website. So if you have not seen the documentary, I challenge you to go out there and watch their documentary. They're telling their stories. By the end of this year, we hope that we will be releasing their anthology as well. So they're doing great, and we expect to induct even more into our Hall of Change.